You know, you've been watching this through movies all this time. You've been watching this. I told y'all that they are putting this stuff in the movies because they're conditioning you for it. But they're conditioning you for what's coming. You got to realize all the movies is about fighting against this alien thing or whatever's coming. They're getting you ready to fight against something that's coming. So what they're doing is with this over in Switzerland is there's now Stephen Hawking, which is the top physicist. You know that little crippled dude in the wheelchair, but he's a physicist. He can't even talk, but he's must got some type of good mind. He told him don't do it. He said they are getting ready to open the gates of hell. He said don't. He said it's the scariest thing he's ever seen. And you gotta realize this guy's an atheist, but he knows don't do this. Because he knows that they're trying to open space, opening a portal to get stuff, really trying to bend space to make it easier for whatever coming from one dimension to the next. It's just a window, it's an opening. It was just an opening from one place in space to another. You got what I'm saying? Time travel.
Anunnaki Return 2022.
2022 Anunnaki Code, End of the World and their return to Earth. What will happen on Earth during the final clash with the Anunnaki? The sun and the moon, depending on the time zones, would seem to be eclipsed. This will not happen naturally, but rather the whole sky over the entire world will be covered with spaceships and motherships. A massive ceiling of metal, shapes of machinery, gadgets, wheels, and shifting lights will be created. They will be ominously silent, as if waiting. Looking at this from below will be so frightening that many people will lose their heads. Some will try to hide, some will run around in circles, not knowing where to go. In crowded urban areas, they will create stampedes, killing each other in the process. Others will run into their churches trying to pray, and the churches will ring their bells.
I hope y'all are ready because on July 5th we get our superpowers. That's right, they're firing CERN up. Not only are they firing it up, but they're firing it up to the max. Here's some of the things that happened the last time they had it on. And it wasn't even the max. They changed Jiffy to Jif. Good old Berenstain Bears. It will always be sex in the city, not sex and the city. Makes no sense. Oscar Mayer with an E. I don't care what you say, Flintstones has never had an extra T. It's never been Flintstones. That don't even sound right. Good old Ed McMahon and the Publishers Clearinghouse that they say he never worked for. Yes, he did. Oh, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. They're saying life was like a box of chocolates. That don't make sense either. Can't forget the world ended in 2012 when they turned it on too. Oh, it's also kind of funny that they're firing it up at 13.6 trillion electron volts, which is actually our debt too, $13.6 trillion in debt. So screenshot everything, handwrite everything, record everything. I don't know what's going to change this time around, but I'm thinking it's going to be some crazy stuff. What do they really expect when they're trying to collide all of these particles together at maximum speed? Man, they finna send us into a damn black hole. What do y'all think's going to happen?
I want to speak on CERN again. If you don't know what CERN is a company that is building a large particle accelerator. And what they're trying to do is open up parallel universes, portals, and try to recreate the Big Bang. And the crazy thing about this is they're starting this back up on July 4th. You know, the night where everybody's going to be partying and drinking and fireworks is going to be going off. Whether you believe it or not, something is telling me, and I'm just telling y'all, that they're going to use July 4th to their advantage. It'll sort of be like energy harvesting. So many people will be at a low enough vibration for dark entities to enter their spirit.
You see that? What is that?
This is the recent Roe versus Wade protest that happened in New York. This video is being compared to the video of the Travis Scott concert where many people died. There was also dark energy, demons, whatever this is, jumping around the crowd.
Alright, so look, watching the Travis Scott and Drake's concert, but what the fuck is this? What was that? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but what the fuck is that?
It's time to put your spiritual armor on because there's some dark stuff going on around us.
Whenever they do start back up this particle accelerator. Now, personally, I'm not sure how they're going to acquire this energy, but I do know if the majority of the collective is under a substance, then it'll be easier for them to energy harvest. Because we as a collective give off an energy, in return, Earth will react. And if I'm not mistaken, you can actually read Earth's energy levels due to the collective's energy fluctuate.
Dr. Wells, we just got the latest weather report. A big thunderstorm is rolling in.
We're not launching a space shuttle. We'll be fine.
That's it? You think there'd be like a loud bang?
If there was a loud bang, we'd all be in big trouble.
Is that a loud bang?
Primary cooling system. Officials are now trying to shut down the particle accelerator, but so far have been unable to regain control of the system.
So apparently, if this particle accelerator goes bad, the Anunnaki and the Galactic Federation will intervene. One of my supporters actually sent me a page within his book and it spoke about this. The Anunnaki find a warning to Earth and their return in 2022 5th edition. You can screenshot this to read it on your own later. It says, according to Maximilian de la Fête, they lead to parallel dimensions of the Anunnaki and the beginning of time, where the God particle / Higgs boson can be found, which is the reason for the building of CERN's Large Hadron Collider. As through the mirror, a cosmic screen / monitor with a vast depot of data that informs the Anunnaki of past, present, and future events occurring in non-linear form. And also in different galaxies by which the Anunnaki can monitor the activities of humans on Earth, the Greys, Reptilians, Nordics, Lyrans, and so on. It also says the Anunnaki will definitely intervene if nuclear explosion were to be seen on the cosmic screen. It's crazy how they're messing with portals when they're about to return.
CERN July 5th. Demonic portals.
Let me just say something to y'all concerning CERN. Especially when it comes to these portals being opened up. I don't know how familiar y'all are with the occult, but this is nothing new under the sun. They've been opening portals for eons, doing certain ritualistic practices, okay? These Freemasons, not just the Freemasons, okay? The ancient Egyptians were doing it. The Sumerians were doing it, opening up stargates, creating stargates. They've been opening up portals for eons. This is nothing new under the sun. It's new to you because you can't see everything in one lens, looking down the wheel of time. Don't let these people creep y'all out. It's already entities. They've been summoning entities on this dimension, okay? This shit been going on for a long time in secret societies. Hell, we see these entities all the time, especially when you're dealing with a motherfucker that's bipolar. You're dealing with a negative entity right there. When you vibrate low, based off the laws of attraction, you draw and magnify negative entities to you, and they latch onto your auric field and also your chakra centers. And they can inhabit you temporarily until you raise your vibration or overcome the low vibration, okay? So it's been going on for centuries. Stop acting brand new, y'all. Well, some of y'all are brand new. And another thing, do y'all really think that the people in Agartha is going to allow them to create a wormhole or black hole so extreme to where it will even destroy them, to where it will even destroy the Galactic Federation of all of these extraterrestrials from different galaxies, different dimensions? Do y'all really think they're going to allow these small group of people who are playing a God role? And y'all Christians, y'all really should think about this. Do y'all really believe that these people have the fabric of the universe in their hand and that there is not going to be a God-like intervention to take place? In other words, y'all don't even believe in the God y'all claim y'all believe in, so why in the hell are y'all being scared about something like this? These people are frightening y'all so they can feed off your fear, so that they can harness your energy, especially doing ritualistic practices, so they can conjure in these low-dimensional entities. They've been putting all this shit in movies. They didn't put it in Doctor Strange movie. They done put it in Transformers. They done put it in some of the Avengers movies where these damn portals opening up and all these low-dimensional vibrating ass motherfuckers coming on the planet, okay? And then according to the Emerald tablets, there is supposed to be some type of entity that is so low-dimensional, that is so chaotic that even though the Atlantean is supposed to come, he's supposed to get have his spaceship that is buried under the Great Sphinx. It's supposed to be used to fight these beings off from even coming. Now, me personally, I believe it's either going to be some beings that coming from a low dimension through a wormhole that is going to, by cosmic law, based off the laws of attraction, is going to force the exalted assembly or the higher echelon of extraterrestrials to intervene. Because once you collide all of these dimensions to get together, this is going to cause pure chaos. No longer will the universe have order. So this is totally against cosmic law. Therefore, the exalted assembly is duty bound. Divine prominence is duty bound to have some type of intervention. So I don't know why people getting all bent out of shape about this shit. Just ride the wave. You're going to be alright. And then another thing, these people know that they are living on borrowed time. So they're in a panic because they know that we are about to genetically unlock. They know that these solar promises, they know that the time that we are in the Aquarian constellation, they know prophecy unlike y'all because they are the ones that took it. And they are the ones that can see into the Akasha records based off having psychic abilities. And also they have a pact with the reptilians, okay? These Caucasian people that are sworn into oath through secret society and doing ritualistic blood sacrifices. They know this shit, okay? So they know that we're about to genetically unlock, and those 12 original blueprint DNA strands that are dormant within our etheric body is about to unlock. And once it unlocks, it is going to penetrate our physical vehicle, physical body, and we're going to have supernatural abilities, as well as that 98% junk DNA that we do not use. So they classify it as junk, but in reality, this is galactic, angelic, or extraterrestrial DNA that lies dormant within us. And if you have a calcified pineal gland due to cosmic kundalini awakening during this time, you will not be able to access that godlike code or be in communion with the Galactic Federation or the extraterrestrial family that we are akin to. So many of us do not carry that code, but those that do have neuromelanin will have that access code. And this is why they are in such a frenzy and in a panic, trying any and everything to overcome what's about to take place. This is just a defense mechanism, and they're doing it out of fear and panic.
Okay, if you don't know who CERN is and what's going on July 5th, you're going to want to watch this video. Okay, so CERN, like it says right here, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, right? So basically what this thing does is a particle accelerator that sends atoms at each other at super high rates of speed. And check out their logo. I mean, if you can't see it already, basically 666 is in the logo, like this next picture is about to show. All right, and basically last time they turned this thing on, which was a couple years ago, look at the sky. So basically once they turned it on, these weird clouds formed with lightning, and people were basically saying that they were opening portals into different places. And this is basically what it looks like. I mean, how big it is. You can see the little people right there. You can see how big they are compared to this thing. And I mean, like in all movies, they put it right in our faces, right? So this is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I'll just let you watch it. So yeah, they like to put these things in our faces. I mean, you guys really think it's a coincidence that they got all these things going on with opening portals into the underworld? I mean, look how demonic this is right here. Doctor Strange and Stranger Things, a whole bunch of things with multiverses and portals opening up. I mean, look at this picture of Scarlet Witch. How demonic can you get, right? And people just want to have their eyes closed and not be paying attention. I mean, this is back in 2012 with the Avengers movie. Opening portals, right? If you want to take it back even further, check this out. This is today, July, basically 3rd right now. This is The Mist. And if you haven't watched this movie, I recommend you watch it, because this basically has to do with what I'm talking about right now, right? And it's trending out of nowhere. Why are these things trending, right? I mean, look at basically Avengers Endgame, all these portals, right? Conditioning our minds for what's to come. And if you guys like stay to the end of the video, I mean, check this out, because the ending of the video is crazy. I mean, for the ceremony, this is what the ceremony was for the opening of CERN, and like basically the celebration that they had for the opening of the tunnels and stuff. I mean, if you want to say God's not real and then they're doing things like this, man, I don't know what to tell you, bro, but I'm just saying they're definitely something to... My audio cut out, but yeah, they're turning this thing on to the highest energy level that they've ever done before. So who knows what they're trying to do? Who knows what they're trying to summon?
Family, look at this. CERN is trying to accomplish this. And look at this, family. They are making fun of us TikTokers saying that we are talking about portal opening to different dimensions and that we are talking about time and those things. But look at this, family, what I found. This what CERN want to accomplish is they're talking about gravity waves that reveals mergers of a black hole and a neutron. And this illustrates CERN research. Family, let's see what CERN tried to accomplish. What happens when a black hole merges with a neutron star? This is what happens. Relativity predicts that matters warp space and time. Warping space and time means playing with the reality and time. Is this the gate to leave the firmament?
So there's more than one CERN. People know about the CERN in Switzerland and the one in Alaska with HAARP. They have one in Tennessee. They have a bunch of different CERNs across the planet. The biggest ones are the ones we know about. If I were to hide other CERNs, it would be close to ley lines, military bases, cathedrals, pyramids, and underground. That's the easiest place to generate energy. For you people who don't know, CERN collects people energy too. The power of faith and belief is an actual power. It's energy transmuted out. So if you absorb fear, greed, pain, sorrow, suffering, you can turn that into energy for the machine as well. So if you're in love and light, you don't power the machine. 5G towers and 5G technology are amplification devices for CERN. They emit electromagnetic frequencies, resonance waves, to disrupt your brain and your body frequencies. Each one of your body parts contain a frequency and energy. Be careful where you use your energy.
CERN is turning on their Hadron Collider in less than 5 days from now, and the spiritual community is freaking out. So rather than instill more fear, let's talk about the 3 primary concerns so that you can start seeing this with a little more clarity and a lot more calm. The first thing is that the Hadron Collider is going to force us onto a new timeline. What's important to keep in mind is that we're shifting timelines all the time, and our consciousness exists on multiple timelines at the same time, all the time. In addition, timeline shifts tend to be very subtle. Just look back from 2019 to today. Even though there were some major world events, too many people realized that what we underwent was a major timeline shift. The second concern is that we are going to have a sudden influx of dark negative entities enter the Earth's atmosphere. And what you should keep in mind is that there are plenty of negative dark entities already in the Earth's atmosphere. To see them, all you have to do is turn on mainstream media. And the third primary concern is that this will be an attempt to control our consciousness. But for the most part, mass consciousness is already controlled. Just keep in mind, friends, that following fear and fear-based content only leads you away from your power.
Just as a reminder for the ones that are going to be meditating during the Hadron Collider firing up, remembering that we are not all in the same time zone, so this is going to be your list to go off of. If you don't see your time zone here, just go on Google and type in 1600, or what is 1600 CEST in, enter your time zone. So I'll let you take a second to look at those. And remember that we got this. We love you.
See, this is the part that's finna get y'all. So in 2012, when they tried to recreate the God particle, some people say that we could have potentially been sucked into a black hole. But whenever your consciousness ceases to exist on the physical realm, it takes 5 to 7 minutes in order for your life to flash before your eyes. If you know anything about dreams, 7 minutes in a dream world could equate to like 80 years on the physical realm. We could be dreaming right now. So, are we? You know? Did we?
In a sense, you're already dead. Because everything exists at once. And as I said, you never really leave heaven. You just dream that you have. Nevertheless, What you generally will experience because of the way you think of these things is similar to what many people relate with regard to near-death experiences. You may experience a shift from one dimension to another, like going through a tunnel of light, but that's just a perception. It's an interpretation of the shift from one level to another.
So today I wanted to do a video on CERN because a lot of people have been asking me to cover it. So I'm just going to give you my insight and what I think you should do, how you should prepare, and what they're doing. And I'm not really going to get into like specifics because all of that stuff is on Google, but yeah. But basically, they're opening up this portal again. They've been doing this for a very long time. And it has to do with atoms, energy, vibrations, and frequencies. All of those things are within the human body. So my advice is to keep your vibrations high, keep your energy at an all-time high. Do not let any negativity get to you. Make the best out of it. Don't involve yourself in any, malicious activity. Boost your dopamine and your serotonin levels. Those are the two main things that you're going to need that day. This is also a great day to manifest as well, because seeing that all of these energies and frequencies, vibrations are going to be out there, you can use that to your best advantage. The vibrations and frequencies that they're going to be sending out will affect us due to the simple fact that we have atoms in our bodies. Atoms are made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. All of those have charges to them, neutral, positive, or negative. They all work together. So if they're sending those out and they're going to mess with our vibrations and our frequencies, you can manipulate it and use it to your best advantage. What they're trying to do is scare you guys. As I mentioned in my last video, they're trying to create a mass hysteria because they want low vibrations. They want negative energy to be put in the air so that it's easier to control you. If your vibrations are low that day, once they turn that machine off, you're going to be stuck like that. You're going to be stuck with the negative feelings, the bad thoughts, everything. So make sure you're in a good headspace. Make sure you do stuff that keeps you happy, because the point is to scare you and get more control over your mental. They don't want you to be awake.